What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Gabos, and we back with another one. Remember, I rock with you if you rock with me. Subscribe is the vibe, man. Your boy's on the road to 4K. Humbly. So we got part 2 of John Bones Jones. Yo, chill, son. We try to keep a straight face when I'm doing it. So we got the documentary of John Bones Jones, part 2 of this dude's MMA career, and we're gonna jump right into it because y'all already seen part 1. I mean, if you didn't, click the link in my box. No, just look on my page. I posted it like 2 days ago. All right, appreciate y'all, man.
He's just got incredible, his ability to overcome.
John Jones, Chael Sonnen, and here we go.
He's so comfortable in world championship fights. He's had nothing but world championship fights.
That's all he knows.
Yeah.
Big round by Jones.
Main event, and you're like, holy shit, this is the big one. John's like, this is a fight.
Another day
or
in
like
the office.
Looking to finish this fight early. Over him right here in the first round.
The referee's just watching this man die.
John Jones has finished Chael Sonnen.
And they get to this point where you have to be so much better to beat them.
Fame and celebrity are powerful drugs.
I had this crazy thing that I would do where I would party 1 week before every fight, and I did it throughout my whole career.
I party with John, but when he was partying, I would see him at the bar in Ithaca, and it would be like a couple weeks before his fight, and this guy would be out there shots. And
I was winning, and it was starting to feel effortless.
As Bones rose to the highest levels of his sport, his focus waned.
We saw that in the Gustafsson fight. I mean, he wasn't in shape for that fight at all.
Yeah.
They said he was barely training.
I did a lot of wild stuff leading up to the fight. I definitely didn't give it my all.
As far as partying and not sleeping right.
Mainly
and
partying,
drinking.
Drinking, staying up all night.
You asked me earlier, Joe, is anybody else perfect with their takedown defense?
Like it ain't
Yes,
nothing.
that man, John Jones, the champion, has stopped all 16 of his opponent's takedown attempts.
This was
In
the
what
best
turned
fight of
out
his
to be
career.
the fight of the year, Jones took on Swedish fighter Alexander Gustafsson.
With the takedown. First time in the UFC. Right back up.
And there's a nasty elbow by John. Right to the side of the head.
Right at the end of the round.
Get some of that off. They wanted to take some of that back.
He caught the foot toes.
Gustafsson with the right again.
The fight continued to go back and forth.
Just past the midway point of this championship fight.
Kicks to the body. Hard kick. That kick was hard, Mike.
He put the
John
back
Jones
over.
might have to take Gustafsson out to retain his title.
They are on their feet here inside Air Canada Center.
John's won this fight in the first round, bro.
Nice elbow. Caught him.
Which was like a first for him.
Oh, that might have hurt.
Yeah, that did. Jones with it.
He's just a natural born fighter. He just knows how to fight.
The UFC light heavyweight title is on the line.
Jones won the unanimous decision.
Big head kick.
It was not a unanimous decision.
Gustafsson just ate it.
Yep.
Unbelievable. What a fight. That might be the greatest title fight in the history of the light heavyweight division.
A unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, John Bones Jones.
A super fight against undefeated Daniel Cormier was set.
That these
This
people cheer for
rivalry,
me and they don't even like
second
me.
to
They just
none.
hate John
The
Jones.
bad blood between the two fighters burst over in a pre-fight presser.
Any chance, though, 1 week from today, that you guys end up earning each other's respect in the octagon and can squash this between you? John, I'd ask you that first.
DC.
Daniel?
I have no desire to be friends with him.
Costing Jones $50,000 in fines for the brawl.
I dislike him because he hates me. You know, We fought 2 years ago.
Sure.
I beat him fair and square, you know, no matter what he tries to blame the win on. The first time we were both undefeated, and I didn't know if he had that it factor. When you have an undefeated athlete, you don't know what, you know, if there's that chosen one, you know. And I thought maybe he could be the guy. I've always felt like I was the guy.
Kick to the body.
But despite the emotions of the fight, Jones handled his business.
And now that I've beaten him and I've proven that he isn't the chosen one.
Good straight left by John. Look the way he utilizes that reach that you talked about.
Look at the height of
Kicks by John.
I feel like there's really nothing special about him.
Like, John Jones is playing for keeps. He's trying to damage these people. He's taking pink slips. He's stealing the cars.
Defeating DC on a unanimous decision.
This ultimate grudge match goes the distance. Perhaps maybe all the bad blood has not boiled over.
After the fight, Jones tested positive for cocaine metabolites.
Then light heavyweight champion John Bones Jones was preparing for another title defense when he crashed into a car in southeast Albuquerque.
Yeah, there was a car accident right here on Wansboro and Southern Boulevard. The guy just hopped off into a yard. The guy that's getting out of the SUV.
A few months later, he was involved in a hit and run.
Former UFC light heavyweight champion John Bones Jones avoids jail time. The Albuquerque fighter cut a deal with prosecutors today for a hit and run crash.
It was humiliating and somewhat of a bottom for me, and I'm ready to snap it into high gear.
He was stripped of his title.
The judge is allowing Jones to travel out of state for work and promotional appearances, but the UFC has not decided when he will be allowed to fight again.
A true case of no one being able to defeat him other than himself.
Damn.
After being stripped of his lightweight title and suspended for a year.
Like, you can't tell me this dude don't give you Mike Tyson vibes, bro. Just as dominant as he was, in the octagon, and you look at the chaos he created outside the cage. It's like, you know, like, you don't know what you have until they take it away, bro. And some people, you got to hit your lowest point in order to really appreciate the privileges that you do have in life. And this dude walked that dark line. I mean, you was high on cocaine and you defended your belt, bro. Like, oh, I mean, you know, and he was still able to do it despite being high off cocaine. That's different.
John Jones returned.
John Jones. Ovens St. Preux. Fight scheduled for 5.
When you're the most gifted athlete ever to fight, spectacular spinning elbows, face kicks, and leaping knees are routine.
He's gonna get taken down.
Oh, it's over.
Out of the problem. Side control. Strong side control. A lot of time. But he's getting battered.
Another one. Come here. Come here, my son. Come here, my child. Sit down.
That was one of the heaviest takedowns we've ever felt. I felt that through the bottom of the soles of my feet.
Side kick.
For the winner by unanimous decision, John Bones Jones.
The fight secured him the interim title and lined up a rematch with DC. Unfortunately, he tested positive again.
John Jones has been suspended for 1 year after testing positive for a banned substance.
I want to first start by apologizing to all the fans,
all the fans who came out to support me for UFC 200.
We don't know who he apologized.
Albuquerque police lapel video shows an officer pull Jones over last week, slapping him with 5 citations, including for drag racing and exhibition driving.
Driver's license, registration, insurance. Please turn your car off.
UFC fighter John Bones Jones is expected in court tomorrow, the first time he'll make an appearance since APD stopped him for drag racing.
You are held to a higher standards, and Mr. Jones has started to fail at probation. It has been a challenge for him. He's been given, this is his 3rd chance.
So it seems like a storm of stuff is coming his way. His career could be in grave danger.
Jones has been on probation for about 6 months.
He would serve another year-long suspension.
Damn.
During his absence, John had to watch DC, his chief rival, claim the belt.
Right now, he attacks like some of your downfalls, right?
Yes,
and
very public downfall.
And yeah, they are public, but he seems to feast on them.
Is this guy gonna mess this up again by doing steroids or snorting cocaine or sandblasting prostitutes?
I messed up outside of the octagon. I got that taken away from me. But the guy's never beaten me. In order to be the champion, you have to beat the champion. What he hates the most is the fact that he'll never be remembered because of the fact that I'm alive.
If John Jones didn't exist, Daniel Cormier would be the light heavyweight champion, and he.
Imagine if you reach the pinnacle at whatever career that you want, whether it's being a champion, whether it's being, you know what I mean, you just at the top of your game, and someone would say that, yo, your life don't matter because I existed. Holy. Yikes.
Would be undefeated.
The wait is over. John Jones is back for the first time since April
this fight was brutal.
After a year off, Jones entered the cage with his sights set on ending the rivalry once and for all.
I believe I'm going to finish him by submission or TKO.
Big trouble.
Leaving no doubt who was the best of the best.
That could be it. That's it. He's out. He's out.
John Jones has done it. John Jones is back, and he is the new UFC light heavyweight champion. How about it? Wow.
And again, the new undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, John.
Love to see it, man.
He was back.
And like, yo, we living in a cancer culture, bro, where like we see some of these athletes go through this public scrutiny, and it's always a smear campaign nowadays. We always trying to cancel these players. Like, yo, you could get tired of some people. Some people deserve second, third, fourth chances. I get it. Like, some people don't deserve, I mean. But there's nothing more beautiful than watching someone overcome their demons, their nightmares, their own reflecting images, and they come back and they bounce back and they capture whatever that success looks like, man. I'm not saying you got to be a fan of John Jones. I'm not even saying you got to like him. But you just got to respect the process, because it's like, this shit takes work. Our lowest points are all subjective. So it's like, who am I to judge what's his low is? But he hit that. And to hit that low point and bounce back and then claim that belt, you just got to respect it, man. You don't got to like him. You just got to respect it.
On top of the world.
The beast.
But again, Jones' test samples came back positive for a banned substance.
Bruh.
Jones was stripped of his title and suspended.
I wonder how much money he's left on the table with all these problems, especially with the attention that Connor's brought to the sport.
To be accused of steroids, you go from hero to zero immediately in some people's eyes.
Do you think that Jones should be banned now after his second failed test for a banned substance?
This time, he'd miss 16 months.
And even though USADA has proven that there's a reason for those picograms, and picograms gives you zero athletic performance.
You've never looked like a guy who was on steroids.
I believe him. It was accidental.
I will consult the bones.
The bones tell me nothing.
He'd miss 16.
You don't look like someone that's on steroids. Like, bro, get his biff off your lips, bro. How does someone look like they on steroids? You know what I mean? Like, not everything you gotta have like them pop muscles, bro, for you to say you don't even look like you're on steroids. Well, evidently you're wrong if you failed the drug test.
Months before returning for a match with the Swedish brawler.
Haven't I already been to the top of the mountain and faced the dragon?
Here's the thing, that dragon in rematches gets way better,
Yeah.
and he dudes up in rematches.
One man will soon be the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion. This is a belt that Jon Jones defended a record 8 times.
All right, gentlemen, first round. You bet fight.
Jon Jones is back for the first time in 16 months.
Jones shook off any rust and devastated the Swede.
You just watch Gustafsson. You get the feeling that every time he goes to start something, Jon Jones intercepts it.
Alex just got to get in that boxing range. That's the big difference in this fight has really been the leg kicks.
I would imagine this is how Jones would spar with someone that he feels like he can beat comfortably.
He took him to the ground and beat him mercilessly.
He's on a run right now. That's what I think. I think they took it away from him for all those months when he tested positive. All money that he should have made, all the legacy that he could have laid down.
Like I said in the pre-fight interview, there's only been one champion since 2011. I'm glad to be back on my throne.
Jones had taken back his title after a 16-month layoff.
I feel like the challenge of trying to fight this man.
We've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times.
Johnny Bones wasted no time in reasserting his dominance over the division.
Spinning back kick to the body by Jon Jones. Very nice. Nice. Oh, nice spinning back kick again to the body.
Oh, that hurt him. Yeah, that got Smith's attention.
See it in his eyes.
On a mission to remind the world who the best fighter on the planet truly is.
Oh, and an up elbow, and now another one from Jones.
Time to go on this ride. Time to go on this ride.
Violent takedown from Jones. From the soon-to-be and still UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Johnny Bones Jones.
Jon Jones remains light heavyweight champion after easily defeating Anthony Smith.
Santos opened with a series of devastating leg kicks.
Another calf kick. Chopping at that leg. Those are devastating.
Early in the first round where he kicked his leg out, I was like, all right, this fight's going to be interesting.
The attacks kept Jones off balance for the first round.
Oh, we heard him with that.
But in the second round, Jones timed the incoming strike and pulled his leg back.
Oh, Thiago hurt himself. He hurt himself.
The awkward miss caused Santos to tweak his knee.
Santos, maybe a one-legged fighter here.
Oh, nice kick.
Jones pounced.
So Jon Jones and Thiago Santos go the distance.
I mean, Dominic Reyes he's a hell of an opponent. You know, he's undefeated, extremely athletic. He's knocked out almost everyone he's gone against.
Career of total domination, cloaked in controversy and self-destruction. Reigning atop his division like no other fighter in history.
Jones knows it starts to get ugly here, and he's putting the pressure.
John Bones Jones. After defending his title against Dominic Reyes,
John chopping away at him.
John Bones Jones has committed to moving up to heavyweight, chasing a challenge worthy of his attention.
He got bored. He got bored of the light heavyweight division. Let me put some more pounds and get some bigger dudes in.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best of all time.
By far the best.
If he's not the greatest of all time, he's in the conversation.
Nobody brings it home like Joe. Nobody.
Holy.
Make it so.
You want to talk about third, fourth, and fifth chances? But, like, let's be honest, man. This is how the world operates, bro. To think like Mike Tomlin, head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, got some junk where he'll sit there and be like, yo, I'll treat you all fair, but I won't treat you all equal. You know? And that's a very powerful statement when you really put it in its proper context. It's like, hold on, how you gonna treat us all fair, but you're not gonna treat us all equally? Because at the end of the day, bro, talent prevails. Even the judicial system will look at someone like, yo, you got money, you got resources. Listen, we'll give you third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances. You failed. You've gotten cocaine in your blood, lost your belt one time. Got into a DUI, lost your belt again. You know what I mean? Got into a car accident, a hit and run, dipped out the car. And he's back in the UFC. And not only does he come back, but he wins. This man has lost one fight in his career, and it was because of an illegal elbow. In that barbaric cage, fighting some of the best fighters on the planet. The closest fight in his career was the one when he was coked up on cocaine and barely even trained, and he still won. It's the closest thing to modern day Mike Tyson that you'll probably ever see. And it's John Jones, man. And he makes his return, and he's going to fight Sirigan, I think, in about a month. I can't wait for that fight. It's going to be the first fight in the heavyweight division. Like, his legacy still continues. Whether you like him or not, you got to respect him. It is what it is. Appreciate you guys for tuning in to part 2 of John Bones Jones documentary. A beautiful nightmare, man. What do you want me to say? Like, he has his wins and he has his losses. At the end of the day, like, who are we to judge? Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button for your boy one time, huh? Catch you guys next video. My bad.